non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and 5 months of chemotherapy. The operations were not connected with that, by the way. So it was a pretty difficult year. And I came across Vision Radio, and it was just a joy to hear it while I was in hospital. And it was at the end of the year at that time, and the carols were playing, and how wonderful they were.
Two very special people who are in the studio with us now, travelled all the way from South Australia. They've been manning phones in our phone room. Harold and Helen Threadgold from Strathalbyn in South Australia. Special welcome to you, Helen.
Hello.
And to you, Harold.
Hello.
Let me come to you first, Helen.
Yes.
You have been, you are officially a Vision ambassador for South Australia, but you've been an ambassador unofficially for years, haven't you?
Well, for a few years now, yes. At the, what is it? The, whatever it is on our church anyway. The
Vision broadcast from the top of your church building.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, I had a sense that that's what it was.
Yes, and we were officially accepted, I guess, as Vision coordinators anyway for our area. So we have been speaking at other churches and advertising and doing what we can and speaking personally to people as well. So
you've been a listener to Vision for many years, and you were even going through your own crisis just about 5 years back, 2019. What was happening to you, and the difference Vision makes?
Yes, well, I had 3 operations during that year, and I also they found that I had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and 5 months of chemotherapy. The operations were not connected with that, by the way. So it was a pretty difficult year. And I came across Vision Radio, and it was just a joy to hear it while I was in hospital. And it was at the end of the year at that time, and the carols were playing, and how wonderful they were. I just loved it.
Harold, Vision is a part of your life, as we're hearing from Helen here. What's your challenge for people who maybe have never given before, always just enjoyed Vision, maybe they've been listening for years and years? What's your challenge for people to, take that extra step and become part of the family?
Well, on being on the phones this morning, you hear lots of interesting things about how people are helped so much by listening to Vision, and how much it's encouraged them and helped them get through difficult times in their life. So my challenge would be keep giving, because Vision radio media depends upon gifts of from people like you, so that all of Australia may come to hear the gospel.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, Helen, because you were on the phones this morning and people were calling in.
Yes.
And I wonder if you've got a reflection. Were all those people going through good times? Some of them might have indicated not so good times. Did you get an impression that, that everyone who's giving is just happily rich and be able to just, shell out lots of money? Or were these people who were just desperate to see Vision going? What were your impressions?
Well, yes, a lot of them were desperate to see Vision going, of course, but it's because they have been going through difficult times themselves and have been encouraged by just hearing Vision and reading the Word for Today as well. And they have felt that they can give a little bit back to Vision by donating.
Yeah, and Helen, it's actually quite humbling hearing your story, to be honest, and there's so many people like you that, Vision has just really helped. Well, God through Vision has really helped, and we just don't know who's being helped, but what we do know is that we can all play our part, and I just want to encourage all of our listeners today that, so far, 215 people have given $1,000. We call them this is the $1,000 family. And, if Vision helps your family in some way, perhaps you can give back by becoming one of the $1,000 families, and you'll be joining those 215 others who've already responded with a $1,000 gift this week. And each $1,000 is another step on the journey that we are taking, and we have got about just under 200 steps to go to reach our target. And as you probably know, Vision is a non-profit charity with over 90% of our costs covered by donations from people just like you. And the reality is that without your support, we can't continue. That's why we've gone into extra time to take these final steps of Visionathon, and it's why we're asking you today to respond and help us take that step.
Well, not that I want to correct you at all, Andrew, but 305 steps to go, if you want to be precise about that. And so 305 steps of $1,000 each. How many, you can do the sums at home, how many does that take when you're giving $20, $50, $100? How many steps is that if everyone gives $1,000, as you're indicating? There might be some who can help us to get there a whole lot faster. So why don't you make your donation right now on 1-800-316-316. Wonderful people in our phone room ready to take your call. There are lines open now. And you can also go online at vision.org.au, or you can click the donate button at Vision Christian Media, your free app on your mobile device.